Here's something I want you to know if you're working with, living with, if you know a child between the ages of 0 to 3. They're tripping balls, and I don't mean in the metaphorical sense. I mean neurologically. Their brains are operating in a state that looks a lot like an adult brain on psychedelics. Brain scans have shown that in the first few years of life, a child's brain is hyper-connected. Everything's talking to everything. There's no filter yet. There's no brain bouncer saying, no, that's not important, you can't come in. That's why a child is hypnotized by the light coming in through the window. Or they could touch a leaf for like 10 minutes straight as if it's the meaning of life. Or why they could stare at their hands going, what are these things? That's wonder. They're fully immersed in life with no guardrails. If you've ever tripped or been around somebody who's been tripping, you know this. A good trip can turn into a bad trip real fast. That's why a small child can go from gleefully enjoying their life 1 second and then losing their shit real quick. You ever hand a child something they didn't want and they start to cry? You're realizing something, I hope. They're high. You ever look at your baby and think to yourself, well, this baby seems high. That's because they are! Naturally, with no additives. So when they do lose their minds, they're not being manipulative jerks. They're having a bad trip. It's sensory overload. Big feelings hit hard when the brain can't regulate itself yet. Because they're high. So what's your role in all of this? You ever hear of a trip sitter? A psychedelic therapist? A shaman on a spiritual journey? That's you. You're not a cop. You're not a judge. You're not here to shame it. If a friend was having a bad trip at a party, you wouldn't scream at them to calm down. No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't shame them or threaten them with consequences. You lower the stimulation. You stay close. You help ground them. You help them ride the wave. You know this is going to pass. They're going to be a new person in the morning. Same deal with your tripping baby and toddler. When it's a good trip, enjoy the ride. Turn up the music. Have a good time. And when it's a bad one, don't panic. Know their brain is under construction and there's a lot going on. You don't fuck up a good trip, and you don't want to fuck up a developing nervous system. They're learning to exist in a world that's bright, loud, emotional, overwhelming. Useful insight, right? I'm Ori. This is some of my experience. Share your experience in the comments, and don't be an asshole, because if you're an asshole, you're going to raise an asshole.
Wow!
The Ori experience.
Can his experience really change my life?
Yes.